What does Top Pop have for me today? What's up, guys? GeorgeTheCloud here. My name is Jorge, aka George. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my life. Huge shout out to Little Lion, aka Somebody, for sponsoring this video, donating coffee, and always supporting my channel and my work. So we have Fischer Z, So Long. And the last video I saw from this channel, Top Pop, was what has become one of my favorite songs from the 80s of all time. Just, I can't get that song out of my head, which is You Little Thief by Fear Gal Sharkey. So I have kind of high expectations here of this video. I'm excited. And it looks like we have a description, which I will now read. Narrator. All right. So Long by Fischer Z was written by John Watts, the band's singer and guitarist, and deals with ghosting. The narrator addresses his former girlfriend, who has suddenly cut off all contact, and tells her how much it has affected him. So Long is also the band's first single to be accompanied by a music video. The video follows the storyline of the song and intercuts it with scenes of the band performing the track in a small studio. It became the band's biggest hit in the Netherlands. Other hits were Marlies and The Worker. Fischer Z is a British rock group and main creative project of singer-guitarist and poet John Watts. In 1982, Watts temporarily dissolved Fischer Z and started a solo career under his own name. John Watts has gone on to release both solo and Fischer Z projects. The original lineup consisted of Watts in vocals, guitar, Steve Skolnick in keyboards, David Graham bass, and Steve Little in drums. This recording was made for Tross Top 50 and broadcast on May 22nd, 1980. Wow. Well, there you have it. This is to let you know that the video recording of the video clip was originally recorded by Avos Broadcasting. Okay. About ghosting. All right. Well, let's take a look. Grab some popcorn, fill up your water, put your headphones on. On. Let's go. That sounds like Billie Jean's about to start.
They said they thought that you were ill. I hired a detective to try and find out where you are. He managed to trace you. He said you were living in France. A watchman saw you climb into someone else's car and drive off laughing in the night. Why didn't you tell me?
What? I'm so like distracted by this lady behind him. She's dancing like Charlie Brown or some cartoon.
Not waited for so I hope you're pleased with what you've done. Why didn't you tell me? Not leave me this way. Oh, you should have told me. Not waited for so long.
This is one of those videos that you see now, right? So many years later, and you think, wow, this really looks kind of goofy, kind of cartoonish. But back in the day, 1980, this was the way of life, the style, how people, looked, how they moved, and the sound. So I put my mind in that setting, right? I retraced my steps back to, May 22nd of 1980. And is that the date? Well, I memorized it. And then it makes sense, right? First things first, we hit the like. I am subscribed, and I have a link of the original video down in the description below. When I read the name John Watts, this is probably exactly what I was expecting. Just a very, uptight, polished businessman, right? That's what he's looking, right? Blue collar, which for some reason ended up in this band, like wearing a suit. It just, this is with what I'm saying, it kind of feels weird, kind of almost comedic, right? When you see a guy looking like this, wearing a suit, performing, playing the guitar and singing this song. It's almost like a stylistic choice, but in the realm of comedy and not to be taken too seriously. However, I think the band here was, pretty serious about it. Like they were, trying to do their music, and there's just things about this video that seem kind of off to me. Like the lady directly behind him, what those moves, and I know like it should not affect the music or anything, but this is a whole overall reaction, and what I notice, what I think, I point out. So I noticed that lady, I had to point her out because that's just goofy. Also the people here with the sunglasses in the front, looking a bit zombie-ish, kind of moving, not even to the music, offbeat at weird intervals. That's also kind of weird. But like I said, I guess it goes with the style. And speaking of style, their sound reminds me a bit of David Bowie, right? From back in the day, late 70s, early 80s, that kind of vibe. But what strikes me the most about this video is the lyrics, the storytelling. It's just super clear, almost like he just he wrote it down, right? His experience, he wrote it down and he just went off. Like he started the song, didn't try to change it, didn't try to like make it into something that would be maybe more accommodating for a song. It's just literally word by word, bah, and he just started singing, and they just, placed the instruments around what he was saying, and that's the whole song, right? Almost like an improvisation there. Just the way he's talking about it, like, yeah, she stopped talking to him. He was like, what the heck? He even summoned a detective, which said, she's living in France. And then he's asking, like, why? Why would you lead me this far? And just, for you to be gone like this. It doesn't make sense. It is very unpleasant, infuriating, and getting ghosted is it's like psychological torture. I mean, who hasn't been there? And who hasn't been there hundreds of times? Huh? Yeah, but like really, it just sucks, especially if you're in a relationship and you don't know why, which is the case for him. He's like confused. He's saying, well, like, what? At least tell me, because if you know, then you can move on from that. You can move forward and be like, okay, well, this is what I can do now. These are my options. But if you're left in that limbo, well, if she's gonna come back, is she gonna call me? Is she okay? Is there a chance that we get back together? What, you get stuck there, and it's, oh man, it is hell. So I feel for this guy, and somehow ended up writing this song. But I wonder if if this did happen in real life to him. Did the girl hear this song? Did she watch this music video? And did she care at all? Probably not. Like, if she was already ghosting him at that point, she saw this video, she's like, yeah, whatever. So I don't know, just something to think about. I wonder if they ever reconciled. But yeah, it's just an interesting way of writing the song. If I was trying to create a song, based on the story here, I think I would do it a bit different. I mean, I'm not saying I could do it better than him. Who am I, right? But just the way he was describing it, even though it was super vivid, like at some points maybe it didn't rhyme. Like, there was not much to it except just getting out the information, is what I'm trying to say. And I say that respectfully. At the end of the day, I think it's a fine song. It's one of those that, okay, at least you told your story, you made a song out of it, you became popular, and he made it. So good for him. And it looks like he also had a solo career. I just hadn't heard his name. And it could be because he has this very regular name, like John Watts. That's somebody who works at like Microsoft or something. You know what I'm saying? But no, he's a musician. He's a rock star, and that is how it is. So if you guys have more information, comment, hit the like, subscribe, and at the end, do a flip. Till the next.